Gemini, welcome to your Astroflower reading for September. Thank you very much for the support that you've been showing this channel, Gemini. Been absolutely appreciative. There has been a monthly collective reading which I did last week. I would go and have a look at it if I was you. September's going to be an amazing time. Lot of things, a lot of jaw-dropping moments. Coming on in September, which is in that thing there. It'll be linked in a card up there. This is for your own particular September. Let's just see how that sort of connects to that general reading, because it's influencing all the readings at the moment. So this is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Karmic messages on your relationship side and karmic messages on your money side. And this is the overall energy. Let's just see what the overall energy is flowing through you. In week 4, that is that major change coming through in the week 4, week 5 of September, which is it's going to make you shine, I think, in that section there. And at the end of the week, you're really going to start shining really nicely. In week 2 and week 3, in the middle of the month, it's the aftershock of what's coming through in week 1, and that seems to affect you a lot, Gemini. In the first sort of 10 days of September, there may be things going on in the world around us, which may affect you quite a lot, as I said. Okay, let's just see what's going on in the general energy, the overall flow going through you. It's like a call to action, but at the same time, it's practical, being very practical, being open to other people, but at the same time, it is what it is. This is how it goes. Sort of scenario. Very practical. Look at that King of Swords. Definitely you. That's you, Gemini. Process driven. The King of Swords is a clear, visionary king. And that has had to go up the mountains through its trials and tribulations, the difficulties, and through that judgment of those trials and difficulties of getting to where they are, they apply their vision. And I think this is for you as well. This month here, you're going to be applying your vision after going through or been through difficulties in the past. I think in last week's reading, which was interesting, it was like stepping up to the plate, as it were. And this seems to be that process of putting on that persona of the King of Swords. It's almost sort of like integrating that understanding of those difficulties that you might have had in your life and applying them in a very positive way. And a very practical way as well. So let's just see what's going on in the first week within your relationships and the people that are around you. This could be your couple. This could be family, friends. This is much more community driven. So it's not necessarily family or friends, but it's community driven. So yes, the community is your family and friends, but it's almost the greater large sort of situation. And you're very helping, Gemini. You love to help other people. You really do. You're amazing. You really are, Gemini. And this is where you're giving so much more than you're taking, and it's really beautiful in a way. But just don't forget to sort of recharge your batteries. So in your relationships, and it's within your couple, this is a moment where your partner will almost be very dependent upon you, or will be asking you for a lot of things. You will be willingly and giving it willingly within your couple, within your family, your friends and your community. There's a lot of things might be going on within that sort of social structure or social makeup that you will be called upon for your opinion. Or for a way of doing things. I would. That's good. So it is putting out a lot, but at the same time, as I said, don't forget to concentrate on you occasionally. When you're doing, when you're within your couple, be within your couple. When you're with your family, be with your family. Don't be caught between two worlds. And when you need time for you, take that time for you. That's really important, Gemini, I think. It keeps rattling at me there, sort of saying, make sure you're in a good way. Because once you're in a good way, then you can help loads of people. So it's going to be streamlining's coming out again. I think it came out in your reading last week. You might want to check it out. But it is sort of like, being in the here and now and concentrating on one thing at a time. When you're in your couple, concentrate on your couple, etc. Okay, let's just see what's going on in week 2. This is going to, you'll find that people are coming towards you, coming to you. If you have, allowed the universe to help you out as it was in this week here, and just letting it go through naturally. So being there with those relationships that you need to be with. On this side here, people are going to be, you're going to be having a lot of attention by the looks of things within your relationships, and you're going to be that. You could well be that sort of pillar in the family in a way, and it's sometimes a heavy cross to bear. But I think for you guys. For you, Gemini, it's almost going to be proud. I'm proud or pleased to take that position of that person and persona within that family. It was. Let me just bring up the something on my computer. I wanted to see the global readings. This has actually come up in a lot of people's signs on this side. And it is walking away from those complications and those headaches, and those just realizing that some battles are not worth winning. And this is where the concentrating on the relationship, the couple, concentrating on your family when you're with your family, etc., will avoid any sort of confrontations that are just causing you headaches, being pulled to pillar to post. Some things are not worth winning. Sometimes it's just better to sort of say, yeah, you're right, I'm off. See you later, bye. And leave them to it. And this here is, I think, because it's with what is going on in the first 10 days of September, I think you're going to be sort of like call to action to sort of say, really don't have time for this. I'm in the process of building or creating a better future for us and for me. For everybody here concerned. Let's see what's going on in week 3. So here is basically just realizing, some things are just worth walking away from rather than actually getting involved with. Let's just see what's in week 3. This is like, it's almost as like you're being drafted by, this is that call to action, I think. You've been helping out a lot of people in the first week. In the second week, you're going to start sort of streamlining that sort of help and being a little bit more sort of practical on that sort of sense. And then with the things that start coming around at the end of the 3rd week, going into the 4th week, that start happening in society around us, it's going to be a bit of a call to action. So you're going to sort of like, it's almost, as I say, it's like you're being drafted into the army, and it's just it's a case of kind of going, okay, people, let's do this. Or within your couple, you can turn around and say, let's do this within our couple, and it's gonna, how can we do this? And this is how we can do it. It's your moment. You're getting into that moment to shine. Yeah, working practically with other people, and it's going to work really well because you're going to realize your expertise because you've got rid of those battles or those conversations or those relationships that don't really serve you anything. And once you realize that, then all of a sudden you can move on to a community and to relationships that are really good, that play out beautifully for you. Okay, and it's going to make you that King of Swords, basically. So I would get into being that guiding light, or at least one of those guiding lights within your couple. and your relationships within your family, your friends, and your community. Let's see what's going on the money side and the financial sort of side of life. You'll do the work, Gemini, and you'll see it right through to the end. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely brilliant. But knowing when to say no might be important. So there's a limit to what you're going to accept. And I think in your job or your business or your financial or your projects, I think realizing certain limits within all of those things, regardless, if you're in business or if you're in a job or you're doing projects, realizing the certain limitations of certain aspects within it and then concentrating on the things that are really working is really important. So it seems to be the effect of the first thing that's coming through in September, October, in September, in the first 10 days of September, is going to make you reassess your business side and make sure it really works for you, and building that confidence in you to actually go forward and discover a lot more in life, basically. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. You're going to be a lot more confident about your future if you streamline it, if you realize you can say no to things and staying within your bubble. In the second week, in this stance that you take in the first week will be most appreciated by everybody around you. That's within your economic sort of sphere, within your job and your business and what have you. And I think this other glow up moment. You're going to be pulling in a lot of attention to you in good and bad ways. So some people might be a little bit jealous, but other people are going to be kind of going, wow, look, Gemini's on the out. Let's grab hold of his coattails sort of scenario. But here is a case where she's getting this glow up, and it's allowing you, it's freeing you up to do other things. If you've streamlined and realised you can say no to certain aspects of it, means you can really concentrate on getting your career path on the road that you want to be doing. And it could well be a case of, I'm giving in this job to go and start up a little organic red fruit farm, or things like that, and being practical about it and going ahead and doing it and really enjoying it. So it could be as simple as that, as just saying no to your businesses or your job, and just sort of saying, no, I've had enough of this, I'm moving on. But if if that's not the case for you, it's going to be the case for some people, but not for everybody. But if it's a case where for you, where you're enjoying what you're doing in your job, or you're enjoying your business and etc., you're you're streamlining the business or the jobs, that actually the part of it all that works. And that's going to make you a little bit of a glow up sort of scenario here, or sort of you're going to be able to get things moving on, and you're going to get a lot of support of everything that is around you. So yeah, it's a time to let go of carrying the world. And that's what that no is all about, realizing that you can let go of a lot of things. The other thing about the Ten of Wands is that you've been on this long journey and you've accumulated a lot of things that could have value. And that Ten of Wands is like coming to the end of that journey, and all of a sudden having loads of things to contribute to your job or your business. And that is going to be the things that are going to be able to push you on and towards your success in life. And once you realize you can actually say no and have confidence within yourself, by saying no, or streamlining those parts of businesses that's not actually working and concentrating on the bits that do work, rather than having to carry all those stuff that doesn't work. Let's just see what goes on in the third week here. So there's a definite transition within the first 2 weeks, a new way of doing things. In the third week here, it's recognizing that there is a mountain to climb, the King of Swords, and using your understanding and knowledge and the way you do things is going to help you to climb that mountain. I wouldn't say with ease, but it's going to help you to climb that mountain. And it is that sort of call of action in a way to go somewhere and do something. And the Three of Wands is the old harbour master, so they're not actually going anywhere. And it can be a bit of sort of like kind of you're waiting for that ultimate wave, and it just never turns up because there's not an ultimate wave. There's just a really beautiful wave in the surfing front. I think as well at the same time it's preparing you, and this is the funny thing is you got the Three of Wands there and you got the Three of Pentacles on that side. So it's combining with other people. It's combining your passions with other people, being open to other people that are bringing new things to the situation, which is once you've said no and you start streamlining, and then you can start concentrating on the things that are really working within your life. Therefore, you can shed a lot of that weight that you've been carrying. All of a sudden now you can prepare your future with others, and that could be within your job and your business and etc. Let's just see how the end of September plays out. The guardians of the processing. So that's what Gemini does. And I think this is what that understanding and judgment is all about. Saying if we're going to build a new world, because the landscape of the human race is going to change, and that's to do with jobs, businesses and projects, but also within relationships of how we interact with one another, we're going to need some sort of form or structure, or at least a roadmap. And that's where you're going to come into that sort of King of Swords environment. You've got up that mountain on both sides. There's been a bit of trying things in the middle, but you've come up that mountain by the end of September, and you're going to be able to let rip. And I think that's where the success is really going to start coming in. Four of Cups. Missing an opportunity. You're going to have to, unfortunately, people may sort of kind of say, oh, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do this. And you may have to deal with a lot of people, having sort of tantrums and stuff like that. Realising the path that you have in front of you. The funny thing is that the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups is very similar. They've both got this one cup with them, this Ace of Cups. And that is your victory. Moving on towards your happiness will be a greater thing. And it's a case of, for you, in order to get that structure and that process in place, you don't really want to get annoyed with the outside world. I know it's a little bit difficult, but be a lot of work to do in September for you. And you're going to create a lot of success the moment you realise that you can let go of those Three of Cups and have that Ace of Cups that's left. And I think that's tied into that side and into that side there in the second week. And I think that's going to be the realisation within you there in the fourth week and going to the end of September. Is that call to action and allowing the people that are causing you angst or having a bit of a hissy fit, let them just go off on their own path. Let's just see what's going on and the karmic message for your relationships. There's still that idea of just let yourself go, let it happen, let it happen, Gemini. Don't get bogged down with complications. Concentrate on the here and now. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. Patience, timing. That is what the Temperance card is all about for me. It's certainly to do with timing more than anything else. If you know how to be patient, then you know how to move on. And it is that timing of how you concentrate on things, how you walk away from things, and how you place yourself back within that community. There's going to be certain disappointments at the end of all of this, at the end of the month, but I would concentrate on what things you would like to see and create in the going future. So I think here, on this side here, on your relationship, the karmic message is don't worry, be patient, just enjoy yourself. Okay, let's just see what's going on in your money side of life. The karmic message there. Stand firm, stand strong, will be beneficial not only for you but for everybody that is around you. That's the sort of thing it's sort of saying to me here. It's like a big rock, almost like a menhir, like a standing stone. It's being that rock, intangible. Intangible, is that what the word? It's just not allowing the rest of the world to knock you off your path, as it were. Staying true to who you are and being frank, with the world around you. This is it. If you're going to say yes to everyone, forget about your dreams. So this is where you got to be. I can't find that word. I keep wanting to say intangible, but it's not that. It's intrinsic, I think, to your path. I think that's the word. I really should have listened more in English class in school, shouldn't I? So I think here is wishing for you the best. Because if you get the best, then everybody else will get the best. So there you go, Gemini, the month of September. I would suggest you go back and see that collective reading, because it's making so much effects on the monthly readings I've done for everybody so far. But for you, Gemini, you'll find also down in the description below the Gemini Astroflower book. There's also loads of other links to our Instagram and our sister channel, Somatic TV, which is a channel all about energy, all about healing, ley lines, universal energies, chakras, that sort of thing. In the meantime, Gemini, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.